Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of Old School RuneScape. If you recall from a couple of episodes back, I am locked in Piro until I get a gold-trimmed set of climbing boots. The exception being that if I come across a clue step from doing that, in which I cannot do, but would be able to do within an hour of doing something else, then I can go ahead and do that. So I've come across 3 scrolls here that I've been juggling that require a little bit of access through quests. So I'm going to be tackling the Children of the Sun quest today for this clue scrolls here. If you take a look at it, I need to go east of Proudspire, which is in Varlamore, which is locked behind the Children of the Sun quest. So that's the reason I'm going to be doing it. And it's going to require me to have blue wizard hat and robe, which I have here. I'm going to build a stash unit as well. So I got everything I need here to do the clue. So let's go ahead and do the Children of the Sun quest, which is going to be in Varrock. And it begins with either one of these 2 characters here, Alina or Noah. Let me talk with Noah. So, they're from the west. Yes, they call it Varlamore, the Shining Kingdom. It's meant to be one of the most beautiful places in the world. What are you talking about? Oh, hello. Are you here to see the delegation? Delegation? See, it's not just me who doesn't know what's happening. The delegation from Varlamore, of course. After all these years, they're finally opening up the kingdom for travel and trade. Isn't it exciting? Why would I be excited about a place I never even knew existed? A whole land locked off for hundreds of years. Do you not want to be one of the first outsiders to step foot there? Think of the adventure. Adventure sounds dangerous. I'll be staying right here, thank you very much. Ah, boring. What about you, stranger? Well, I'm actually something of an adventurer myself. That's the spirit. I bet you'll want to be one of the first to head on over to Varlamore. What can you tell me about Varlamore? It's far across the western sea, over the mountain south of Great Corrend. Between the sea and the mountains, it's totally isolated. No one is allowed to come or go without good reason. Sounds like a prison. Quite the opposite, it's a beautiful and prosperous kingdom, ruled over by the Sun Queen. The Sun Queen? Yes, she rules from her palace in the capital, Civitas Illa Fortis. The sun plays an important role in Varlamorian life. In fact, they worship it. What? The sun? That's right. They have their own religion over there dedicated to the sun and the moon. Isn't that fascinating? I don't know, it all sounds a bit odd to me. How come you know so much about the Varlamore delegation? A while back, a group of travelers came through here on their way to the dark lands of Mauritania. They said they were from the College of Bards. College of Bards? Yes. It's found in the floating city of Tempestus. Members of the college are some of the only people allowed to travel to and from Varlamore. They stayed the night at the Blue Moon Inn and spent hours telling us about their homeland. I've been dying to visit ever since. When will this delegation arrive? Well, it should be any time now. Hang on, what's going on over there? Wait, that's them. They're here. There they are, the Children of the Sun. That's Itzla Arkan, heir to the throne of Varlamore. And there's Servius, the Teokan of Ralos. Teokan? What's a Teokan? It means High Priest. He's the religious leader in Varlamore. Huh? What are you doing with that bag? Oh, just delivering some supplies to the guards at the gates. Well, hurry back. We need everyone at their posts. That's an unusually big bag he's carrying. Now where might you be going with that? Alright, so I have to chase this guy, but I can't get caught. So he'll turn around from time to time, so you do want to follow him, but not get caught, clearly. Let me go here. Should be good, I think. Gotta be very careful here, be stealthy. I do love some stealth mechanics. Always fun. Using the buildings for cover, of course. I think there's one more location here to follow him into. This dog might give me away, though. Silly dog. He's looking one more time here. I think we're good. And looks like he's going into that house right there. What are you up to in there? You're late. I'm here, aren't I? If you're not happy, maybe you should have been the one to steal the uniforms. Enough. We don't have much time. Do you have everything? Mostly. Mostly. I grabbed what I could. We're just going to have to make do. The delegation is already in the palace. We need to be ready to strike as they leave. Indeed. You all know the target. Get changed quick. And be ready to take your positions. Good luck. You're going to need it. You lot panic too much. It's going to be fine. Now, let's get going. This doesn't sound good. I better let that sergeant know. Indeed, it does not sound good. Let me return to the square. If I really wanted to be cheap, I could do like a little Varrock teleport here, but we're nearby. I'll conserve the law runes. Alright, Seargent Tobyn. Move along, citizen. Wait, I have some information that you need to hear. What is it? There are some bandits disguising themselves as guards. I think they're planning an attack on the delegation from Varlamore. Surely you can't be serious. It's true. One of them infiltrated your guards and stole some uniforms. He came right through here earlier with them. The one with the large bag? I thought I didn't recognize him, but then it's so hard to keep up. We need to get through the guards so quickly around here for some reason. So, what do we do? Should we warn the delegation? And risk a panic? No, better to deal with this now while they're safe in the palace. Do you know how many bandits there are? 4 in total. Right, we can work with that. You get out there and point them out. With them being disguised, you'll need to keep a close eye for any guard that looks or acts differently to the others. Don't go too far. If the bandits intend to attack the delegation, they'll either be here on the square or on the eastern road between the square and the bank. Return to me once you've found all 4, and I'll take them all at the same time. Alright, I'll get to it. Okay, so now I need to find some suspicious guards. So I'm gonna mark this one. Definitely looks suspicious. And then this one looks suspicious as well. Has no helmet, right? So that's kind of suspicious. This one as well, just leaning there. That can't be good. And then this one's wearing a mace instead of a sword, so that is suspicious. So I've marked all 4. Let me see if I can let my good friend here know, the sergeant. Alright, I've pointed out all the bandits. Good work. I'll signal my guards to bring them in. Sergeant Tobyn signals his guards and the bandits are quickly arrested. That could have ended up quite nasty if not for you. Once again, good work. So what happens now? The bandits will be interrogated. If all goes well, we'll get some useful information out of them. Speaking of which, given it was you who found them in the first place, you might be able to offer some support. Would you be willing to help? Of course. Where do you need me? Come with me. We'll use the cell on the palace roof for the interrogations. It's nice and out of the way. Sergeant Tobyn escorts you to the palace roof. Ah, Nilsaw, Sergeant. Prince Itzla. I'm sorry, but I wasn't expecting you here. Well, all the politics downstairs was getting a bit dry, but then I heard that there had been a bit of a commotion. I thought I'd come and see what the fuss was all about. You don't mind, do you? Well, no, it's just... Wonderful. And you, who are you? Hello there, I'm Dark Elf 609. Dark Elf 609, Kuwani, pleased to meet you. Crown Prince Itzla Arkan, heir to the Sun Throne, at your service. Tell me, Dark Elf 609, are you the ones who caught the would-be assassins? That's right. Well then, why don't you and I ask this one a few questions? You don't mind, do you, Sergeant? Not at all, but... Excellent. Let's get started then. Nilsal, to you, Ikani. I hear you managed to get yourself into a spot of bother. I'm not telling you anything. Ah, Titamo, what a shame. No matter though, we'll have you talking in no time. Now, you'll need to forgive me, but I'm a bit new around here, so your customs are not familiar to me. Tell me, Ikani, what's the preferred method of interrogation in these parts? You're asking me how you should interrogate me? Well, it just seemed polite to ask. We have all sorts of fun methods back home in Varlamore. We could give you one or two of them a go if you want. If I want? Absolutely. Now, what are your thoughts on chicken? Chicken? Oh, Dark Elf 609. Do you not have chickens here? Sorry again. All this is quite new to me. Yes, we have chickens. The farms around here have loads. Well then, why the confusion? Have you never seen one before? Oh, you poor shelter thing. Did your parents never show you the wonders of the countryside? I know what a chicken is. Well, why didn't you say so? I don't know what game you're playing, but it won't work on me. No game at all, Ikani. The reason I ask is because one of our preferred methods in Varlamore involves just a small amount of fire. And you never believe it, but the smell of human flesh once it gets going. You're going to cook me? Cook? No, not at all. That would imply that I'm going to eat you, and I'm not a barbarian. Though, it would be interesting to know if it tastes like chicken as well. Alright, enough. I'll tell you what you want. Wani. So, who are you working for? I don't know their name. They just paid us to attack the delegation. They didn't look to be from around here. I reckon it was one of your lot. Why did they want to go and attack the delegation? They didn't say, but that priest, he was the target. So, a Varlamorian paid you to assassinate the Teocon? You're not giving me much to go on. That's all I know. Well, I think we're done here. Come, Dark Elf 609. I think we got what we needed here. You're sure he told you everything? Oh yes, the fear of being cooked will do that to a person. All total rubbish, of course. Imagine burning someone alive. We're much more civilized over in Varlamore. We just cut out their hearts while it's still beating instead. I can't tell if you're joking or not. Anyway, sounds like there will be some work to do when we get back home. An assassination attempt on the Teocon of Ralos. Concerning stuff. First up though, I'd better get back to the politics. Dark Elf 609, once you've got the paper signed, you will be free to travel to Varlamore for the first time. No needing explicit permission. You can come and go as you please. Now, it's entirely up to you, of course, but given we have you to thank for stopping the plot, I'd be very keen if you join me in Varlamore to continue the investigation. No need to decide now, but if you do wish to accept my offer, just speak to Regulus Cento outside the eastern gates of the city. Now, they'll be missing me downstairs. Timovia, and may the sun light your way. Itzla departs. Well, that was interesting. Not every day, the heir of a far-off land comes and interrogates one of your prisoners. Oddly enough, no. This will be an interesting report to write. And on that note, I'd best get to it. All the best, adventurer. Thank you for your help. And there you go. That is Children of the Sun, 1 quest point, and access to Varlamore. So now I can actually continue this clue scroll. So, let me travel to Varlamore for the first time here outside the city gates. Unfortunately, I will not be continuing the quest chain at this time, of course, since I am kind of locked to Piro for the most part. But we'll see what I can do. So I believe you can teleport to Varlamore using this guy. And the bird. Nilsal, adventurer. The name is Regulus Cento, one of the Quetzal keepers of the royal family of Varlamore. Quetzal? What's a Quetzal? Well, just look here to my dear companion, Primio, and you'll have your answer. Varlamore is a large and diverse kingdom, but thanks to our Quetzals navigating, it is as straightforward as can be. Sounds exciting. You're not wrong there. Nothing beats taking to the skies. Speaking of which, Crown Prince Itzla Arkan has asked Primio and I to escort you to our capital city of Civitas Illa Fortis, or Fortis, as we prefer to call it. Is that something you'd be interested in? Of course. Excellent. Now, I know Prince Itzala is very keen to meet with you once you reach the capital, so he's sending the Tullus twins to greet you on your arrival. I'll be sure to point them out to you once we're there. Sure, sounds good. So, ready for your first journey to Varlamore? Let's do it. Kwani, we will depart at once. Well, here we are. Welcome to Fortis. It's beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Now, I'm sure you're keen to get to exploring, but Prince Itzala is very keen to meet with you first. You mentioned he'd be sending some people to meet with me? Yes, the Tullus twins. That's them just to the west, by the stairs up to the palace. Why don't you head off and go introduce yourself? So, I will not be doing that. However, my clue scroll is right up here. So, that's how I will try to get there. So, there is a Quetzal up here. So, I think the best way is for me to take the Quetzal to this place. Let me see if I can manage that. Wait a minute. That did not work. That's going to take me back to Varrock, huh? I thought it would let you choose an option. Oh, I think you actually need to do another quest before you unlock the other teleports. Now that I'm remembering correctly. So we're going to have to run there. It's going to be a long run. Looks like we're going to go east, north, and then probably on the southern edge of the map here. Or west, I mean. Okay. So let's go. Let's get to running. Do a little bit of exploring here in Varlamore. I mean, I'll at least get to see what the city's like. Very cool place. It's kind of good to unlock this as well. There's going to be the Hunters Guild here, which will be fun for me to do Hunters Rumors at some point. There is a good prayer method here, which I think will be cool. There's another patch here. Allotment and herb patch. So maybe I can actually add this to my herb runs. Very cool. I kind of like the Aztec, Inca inspiration here. It's pretty clear with the pyramids and the cutting out the hearts of your enemies, of course. Good stuff. I'm assuming there's nothing that could potentially kill me along my way, so let me do my energy on my Explorer ring. I don't think I can go through here, can I? I'm gonna have to go over the mountain. Wow, that's unfortunate. So yeah, it'll just looks like this first layer here. So we should be fine still. But we are out of run energy, which is always a disappointment. I believe this was the first step on my clue, but since I was juggling this one, it may be that there will not be many steps to this clue. Very good. And then I have to remove my pants. Quite a kinky step here. Wizard top, wizard hat, no pants. And then we have to do a yes and a no. And there we go. We already got the casket for this. So before I open it, let me deposit everything here. Perfect. And let's see what we got. Adamant plate body. Which I don't think is better than rune chain, is it? If it's better than rune chain, this might be a new best in slot for me. I don't know. You know what? Let's check it out. I gotta go juggle my other two clues anyway. Let's see. So this is 63, 72, 78. No, so the rune chain body is still better than the adamant plate body. But whatever, good to have that in there. At least for now. So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, as always.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.